So hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 22 of our F1 Manager Season 2. Now we start this episode with the email that nobody wants to get. It is with deepest regret that the board have lost all confidence in our abilities as the team principal. If we do not improve, it looks like they may let us go. Now, we have got possibly our most famous Grand Prix as Lotus, where we actually won the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Hopefully we can do it. But just to have a little recap on the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, we did come in P13 with Fittipaldi. It was a decent performance from him on the day. Hauger in P19. We've just agreed a new contract as well with Ian Craig for next season. If we can just have a look at this, I'm sure down on here somewhere we can see the email we had, but I don't think we can actually. Here we go. Ian Craig has joined us. So next year we were looking very, very positive, but we may not be here to see it. Let's just have a little look at the standings. McLaren did win the Constructors title from Red Bull. The battle for P3 rages on between Ferrari and Aston Martin, and the battle for P6 between Williams, Alpine, Sauber and Lotus, and possibly RB as well, rages on. Driver standings though, nothing is decided. Norris, Piastri and Verstappen are locked in a battle for the Drivers' World Championship. Who's going to come out on top? Let me know what you think down in the comments. But as mentioned, we go to Viva Las Vegas. We've got 50 laps around here. I love this place in real life. We've got, it's not going to rain, surprisingly. We've got a chance of a safety car or two. It can possibly happen. Top speed is very important, as is low speed cornering. So top speed is where we're quite strong. We'll have to see how we get on with that. The expected strategy, it normally is a one stop, and I think we're going to go the medium to hard if we possibly can. But all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get through practice, and I'll see you in qualifying for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's looking a little bit nervy at the end of Q1. Dennis Hauger is green through the first and second sectors. Fittipaldi is out in Q1, as is Dennis Hauger. And to be fair, Fittipaldi's first lap looked really, really strong. I think he got blocked off in his second flying run, but 17th and 22nd, Bottas set the fastest lap. Let's have a look who will start on pole. It will be Max Verstappen, who topped Q2 and Q3. Leclerc in P2, Sainz P3, Norris and Piastri P4 and 5. Very interesting in terms of the Drivers' Championship. Let's see what strategy we'll be using for Sunday. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it suggested a free stop with Hauger. We certainly won't be doing that. They reckon the two stop might be a little bit quicker. I think the one stop might be the way to go around here. We could possibly try and push it with that, but we'll go mediums. We've got the opportunity with both cars to adapt if we need to. So P17, P21, let's see what we can do.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. And we certainly know what Max Verstappen is capable of.
They're on pole, and it's well deserved. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do.
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands. The atmosphere is electric here for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And away we go, and it must be said, Hauger had to get round the safety car there on the start, but we're going to see that they kick Sauber, managing to get down the inside. Fittipaldi down to P18 to start with. We wanted to just make sure that we conserve these tyres, but Verstappen, you will have noticed, was on the hard compounded tyre. Leclerc on the softs, as is Carlos Sainz, so a different strategy for Max Verstappen. He is the only one on hards in the top 8 drivers. Russell in P9, Hülkenberg P10, Fittipaldi losing a position, but trying to make it back here on lap 1 in Las Vegas. Remember, we're under significant pressure from the board. A big result somewhere would go a long way to us sticking here next season, but Fittipaldi can't get past Tsunoda, and Tsunoda can't get past Ocon, and Ocon maintains P17. Enzo Fittipaldi has got Esteban Ocon. I've got to say, I'm not too disappointed so far. Fittipaldi's down in P18, but the gaggle of cars is up to sort of P14, P15. So we're quite happy where we are at the minute. And what we are doing is saving our tyres beautifully. Fittipaldi on 80% medium tyres. He's looking after his tyres better than Max Verstappen is, who is currently now down in P3, but hanging on to the back of Sainz and Norris. Remember, we are on the one-stop strategy today, pending safety cars. There's a 5% chance of rain in Las Vegas. You wouldn't have seen that coming. But tyre strategy-wise, Fittipaldi doing a lovely job, staying in the DRS of these cars in front. It's working well for the young Brazilian. You join us back on lap 10 as we see Max Verstappen belting up the Las Vegas Strip on the hard compound tyres behind Charles Leclerc, who is leading the Grand Prix. Verstappen is doing the best in the contenders for the Drivers' Championship at the moment. He's actually letting off the throttle a little bit there. And Max Verstappen, as we cut back to the television camera into this tight chicane, manages to get the job done. No, does he? No, Leclerc does it very, very well. Defends well. And Leclerc will keep P1. Meanwhile, Fittipaldi now is on the back of Tsunoda. He's managed to get past Tsunoda and get the DRS, and he's got far superior tyres now, Fittipaldi. He's got to make these work, and he's doing it beautifully. At the moment, we are very, very happy with Enzo Fittipaldi. We're equally quite happy with Dennis Hauger, who's going to be told to push on now and try and get Zhou Guanyu and Esteban Ocon in front. Everybody's tyres are dying, apart from the Lotuses. There has been a flurry of pit stops. Bottas is in, Tsunoda's in, Zhou's in. The two Lotuses are staying out. They've got Porsche, Hülkenberg and Sainz in front of them. Sainz has already pit. We are hoping that this one-stop strategy is going to work. And what we don't need is our two guys fighting each other too much. So we're going to tell them to rarely defend and use the use the DRS and try to pull up to the cars in front. But both Lotuses are sticking to the one-stop. A lot of cars on the two. First questions are starting to form if we've got the strategy right here. Liam Lawson in P13. Look at this for a double overtake, triple overtake from Liam Lawson down the Las Vegas Strip. What an overtake that is. Fair play to him. We enjoyed that one. Even as a spectator, we enjoyed that. Fittipaldi now trying to tag onto the back of him. We'd expect Lawson to disappear into the distance. But lap 18, Verstappen still hasn't pit on those hard compound tyres. It looks like he's on the one stop, same as us. Lap 20, fastest lap of the Grand Prix, Lando Norris, and Max Verstappen wasn't on the one stop. He has pit onto a set of fresh soft compound tyres, so he's now on those. Meanwhile, Fittipaldi was doing a stonking job of staying with Liam Lawson. He's still looking after these tyres beautifully at the minute, as is Hauger. We are going to be pitting in a few laps time with both cars. Fittipaldi's going a lot longer. Hauger is in 2 laps time. And sometimes it is best to leave your cars out because this sort of thing can happen. Red flag on circuit. It's Veste and the Haas. And it's just a very, very poor bit of... I mean, it gets worse, doesn't it? I mean, that is absolutely woeful. Have you seen a more disastrous crash than that on F1 Manager? My word, the Kick Sauber guy's not happy, but we've got a red flag in Las Vegas.
Here we go once more. The track is ready, and so are the drivers. It's lights out, and away we go.
And away we go, and we have got Fittipaldi on the hard compounded tyres. We've got Hauger on the... we've got both cars, on the hard compounded tyre. What we're going to do now is push on with both. Most cars know that these hard compounds can get to the end. Verstappen again, trying something a little bit different. Maybe you only add one set of hard compound tyres. But as we resume, we've got Enzo Fittipaldi, who currently is in the points-paying positions. He's actually looking at a move on Liam Lawson into P9. There looked as though there was some issues in front there. He's had to take evasive action, and Fittipaldi just about stays in P10, whereas Dennis Hauger is sat behind George Russell and Alexander Albon fighting away. We've got Lando Norris leading the Grand Prix from Piastri. Verstappen will have been fuming with that red flag. He's now on the mediums. Can he make those go to the end? But Fittipaldi currently in the points paying positions. You're not going to see this too often, so we've got to bring you this replay. Enzo Fittipaldi overtaking Charles Leclerc. He's got peak confidence at the moment. He's enjoying his time around Las Vegas, as many, many people do. And he's very much in a mega mood. He's now 1.9 seconds behind Gasly, but Leclerc has got an engine problem and doesn't seem to be enjoying himself too much. So Fittipaldi currently the bottleneck, and Hauger is hanging onto the back of this as well. Enzo Fittipaldi has just lost 2 positions. He got held up. Oh, it was bad positioning. The 2 Mercedes managing to get past him, and that is so disappointing. Then he gets squeezed out a little bit. Just a little bit of inexperience there for Fittipaldi. He's now down to P10, but hopefully he can tag onto the back of these because Leclerc is still fighting with Dennis Hauger for P11 this is. So P11 for Leclerc. Fittipaldi's got to hang on to the back of these guys, and to be honest with you, I think he will. We've got another red flag on circuit. Zhou Guanyu, I don't know who's in the Alpine. Let's just have a little look. He crashes, causes more issues. And now What do we do from here? Another red flag. Do we stick to the hard compounds? We haven't got another set of mediums. There's a lot to look at during this red flag break, and we start in P9.
We're ready to get this race underway again. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And away we go. We have kept Fittipaldi on the hard compound tyres because we felt that gave him his best chance. He was showing enough pace during that last stint. Cars around him, Stroll's on the softs. We've got cars on the soft compound tyres. Will they manage to get to the end? Well, Dennis Hauger is going to be the man that's going to worry about that theory for us, because we reckon, let's have a little look at the strategy view. If he conserves these tyres, will they manage to go to the end? They possibly will. So there is a chance that the softs go to the end for Hauger, and will Fittipaldi manage to make these hard compound tyres last? So many variables in this Grand Prix. Who knows how this is going to end? Fittipaldi, he's fighting with the big boys. He's just managed to overtake Pierre Gasly. The sad thing is, when I bring you back in a little moment, you're going to see that Pierre Gasly has got back past him, and he's now under significant pressure from Valtteri Bottas. But that being said, he's only 1.1 seconds behind. Could he possibly catch back up to the car in front? Could he get back in the DRS of that car? Meanwhile, Hauger is on pure tyre saving mode, but he's sticking in with these cars around him. We've got two cars on two very different strategies. How is this going to play out? We've got a crash on circuit, and I don't think I've been this disappointed for a while. It's Yuki Tsunoda again, who loves crashing into Lotuses. I mean, what on earth is that? And he admits that he's done that, and what he's done is ruined Dennis Hauger's race. We haven't even got a safety car or anything, but Hauger has a front wing, terminal front wing damage. Hauger is not going to be best impressed with that. We're going to strap on a new set of soft compound tyres. So disappointing. Into the pits comes Dennis Hauger on lap 35. It's all eyes on Enzo Fittipaldi at the moment, because he's just about keeping touch with Valtteri Bottas, and this is keeping him out of the clutches of George Russell. There is a good chance that Fittipaldi could get some points today. This has not been a very good pit stop for Hauger either. We can see it's 8.5 seconds. To be fair, with a wing change, that's not bad. But Hauger will come out practically dead last now. You've got to feel very sorry for the guy. But we can see that Fittipaldi is now back in the fight with Pierre Gasly as well. It's looking very decent for Enzo. We've got another crash on circuit. We're just waiting to see who this is. We could do it being somebody in front of Fittipaldi, and Yuki Tsunoda is on a one-man mission to ruin people's races. It is shocking from Tsunoda, and again, he's just a one-man wrecking machine at the moment. But Hauger now in P20 is just going to get these tyres warmed up. But Fittipaldi is just about hanging in there with Bottas. Can he maintain this DRS? The one thing he can't afford to do is lose DRS, and I think he might have just done that. He's pushing on. But is he going to just about keep DRS here? Enzo Fittipaldi using all the ERS. He might just do it. Fair play to him. Enzo still with 13 laps to go in the DRS of Bottas.
What happened?
Fittipaldi is scrapping away to try and get some points in Las Vegas, and my word, Bottas just managed to get past him. Russell, you can see these two Ferraris flying in formation around there as well. It's looking very ominous, but he's sticking in there. He's Fittipaldi. He's now in the DRS of Bottas once again, who hasn't got DRS. Now, this could again bring him up to the cars in front. We're trying to monitor his tyre situation as well. There is a gaggle of cars. If we don't get points with Fittipaldi, I would be disappointed. We've got yellow flags again through this area of the circuit. Who has crashed this time? Has there been a lockup? Will there be a safety car? It's Tsunoda again. I'm sorry, Yuki Tsunoda. This is one of the worst Grand Prix performances I have seen, and I've watched Logan Sargent a lot, but Tsunoda goes spinning off. Surely that is job done. Is that going to bring out a safety car or anything like that? No, it is not. We can see now that we have still got back in the DRS. We are in the DRS up to P5 here. So Fittipaldi still very much in the fight. Pierre Gasly's got Fittipaldi in for P8. Let's have a little look at this. Fittipaldi, where did he not see this coming? He's right up the back of Bottas, and that is a wonderful move from the Gasman. He gets that job done. And now Fittipaldi is trying to hold on to Stroll. He's down to P9. He's got Lawson and Leclerc behind him. Oh dear, Enzo. And what looks so promising is now not. Nico Hülkenberg has just knocked Enzo Fittipaldi out of the points-paying positions. He's done everything he could to try and stay with these guys at the front, and we can see Hülkenberg is past him. But I think he has just about got back into P10. He might have the tyres on Stroll and Hülkenberg. So Fittipaldi, it's not over yet for him, but he's running out of ERS as well. Final lap of the Grand Prix. We've got things happening everywhere here. Namely, we have got Carlos Sainz and Piastri battling for the win. As you can see, we've also got Fittipaldi, who is fighting with Nico Hülkenberg. What on earth is going to happen here? We can see that Carlos Sainz is coming around the final corner. He's going to win in Las Vegas, but where is Enzo Fittipaldi, because he's going to have to use all his ERS and DRS to try and get past Hülkenberg. Can he make this move stick? He should get the DRS. Or will he? Is Enzo Fittipaldi not going to score a point as he comes round this left-hander? He's not quite going to get there. And Fittipaldi comes in P11 on the day. How disappointing is that? Hauger will come around to finish in P18, but my word, I thought we were going to get a point there. So disappointing for Fittipaldi. And that is shocking. Let's get to the podium.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
Great win from Carlos Sainz. What a place to get your first win of the season. Verstappen will be disappointed as well, but Sainz winning from Piastri, Verstappen in P3, Norris P4, then came Russell, Gasly, Bottas, Leclerc, Lawson and Hülkenberg. How did Enzo not manage to get that point? My word. Dennis Hauger finished in P18. We had Sargent, Zhou and Veste who did not finish, and Yuki Tsunoda didn't deserve to. Driver standings wise, Lando Norris is 31 points in front of Piastri, Max Verstappen in P3 and Leclerc in P4. Our drivers stay the same, but Hülkenberg gains a point to take him on to 2 for the season. Constructor standings wise, we know that McLaren have won and Red Bull are second, but it is only 32 points between Ferrari and Aston Martin, and what that point could have done for us. We're still in the fight for P6, but with only 2 weekends to go, it's going to be tough. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that. Please do remember to like and subscribe, and I shall see you on the next one. Ta-ra.